What's going on YouTube? This is Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs, just coming to you with another video. This is actually my first official women's clothing haul video. If you're new to my channel, I'm a part-time eBay seller, a full-time corporate finance analyst. I build my business in my spare time. Those of you who have followed me know that I sell men's clothing primarily. I would consider myself, that's like my niche that I'm most comfortable with. It's the one I know the most about. I usually can get in and out of a thrift store, in 30 to 45 minutes and clean out every section of the men's clothing. So for me, I've been forcing myself out of my comfort zone to learn women's clothing, to keep expanding the opportunity to source and to get my average sell price up, and just to really learn new things to keep my eBay business interesting. So this is my first, what I would consider my first haul from a Goodwill, where I went dedicated just to finding women's clothing. I went this evening, and also when we had our reseller meetup this last weekend, I did a little bit, and huge shout out to everyone who attended that. It was great, and that's actually where I learned a lot about women's clothing, was during that. I just really followed people around who had the expertise and listened to them and picked their brains, and they were so generous to share that with me that it really accelerated my learning. So really appreciative of that. And then today I went to a thrift store at the end of the day here and just kind of plunged in, went through each section, looked up every single thing I looked at because I'd known little to nothing. It was so bizarre and uncomfortable. I mean, A, just being in the women's clothing section was a bit uncomfortable, and B, the fact that I didn't know any of the brands, I didn't know any of the items, and so it was just very, like, I'm used to just flying through the rack, looking at very few things when I go in a thrift store, and this one was like I had to look up every single one. So cool experience. I'm really actually excited now. I feel like I'm starting to get some momentum. It was a pain in the butt to look up all of those things, but I'm learning. I can see I'm learning quicker, and I was starting to identify things. And yeah, that's Thor in the background, a golden retriever. Hi everyone. I will do some Q&A at the end, but I do want to stay true to form here and just jump in the haul video. I'm going to say up front, unlike my other haul videos, I normally am able to tell you what I think it'll sell for, those type of things. I don't have the expertise right now, so I'm really just going to tell you what I picked up, why I think it's going to sell, like what the comps looked like. But I want everyone to have the caveat that I'm new to selling women's clothing, so by no means is this the absolute truth. Do your own validation, but this is my effort to learn and just to share that with you as I learn, because this is going to be something new for me. So anyways, let me show you the receipts here. On Saturday, I got, let's see, 7 items for $27.81. Is that'll focus or not? Mostly shorts and 1 dress. And then I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll say I got 12 items for $43 tonight. You can see that there. So yeah, we'll see what the resale value is in these, but I'll show you each one. I'll tell you what I paid for it. My one observation I'm going to give is, going through this, is women's clothing's a lot lighter, which is pretty awesome. And we did our shipping video the other day on Chris's channel, 10K in the Bay, and we were talking about the difference between 8 ounces versus over 8 ounces, and the fact that it's like 270 versus 430 if you max out the top of that 16-ounce range with first class. And so, like, the first item here, when I look at this is Daniel Rain, and I believe it's Stitch Fix, I think is what Shannon told me. The comps look pretty solid. It's a really lightweight blouse, kind of a crazy pattern, and this will definitely be under 8 ounces. I would guess it's probably like 5 or 6 ounces, which means it's going to ship for $270. That's an extra $1.50 or $1.60 back into my margin that I don't get when I sell, like, say, a dress shirt on the men's side, because they're a lot heavier. So it's just going to be interesting as I start to learn more where you can add more profit, to your bottom line. But anyways, the comps in this looked around like 25 bucks ish. I again don't know, other than to be able to call this, I guess, a button front, like, sheer blouse, I think is how I would describe it. And that's where I think the biggest learning curve for me is going to be, is figuring out the keywords, appropriately describing items. It's going to be a struggle for me at first. Thank goodness I have Shannon to lean on a little bit, but I think looking at sold listings and trying to just find close ones, I'm going to have to sell similar for quite a while to build it up. So yeah, here's the first thing, and these are $3.99 at my thrift store, so I think I did pretty alright with that. This is a ECI dress. I don't know what style it is, but I'm just going to show you guys what it is. It's long sleeve. I don't know if it's good or bad. I picked up one on Saturday that was all silk, and the comps looked pretty good. I found one that was really similar for like almost 40 bucks. This one I found comps that look similar for like low 30s. So I don't know, dresses, these are $4.99. It's still pretty lightweight. This will go first class. So we'll see. I have no idea other than that the comps look solid, and that's all I can go off of right now and just keep testing it and figuring it out. So there's that. Let's see. Actually, I'll show. So on Saturday, I found a lot of shorts, and one thing I figured out looking at comps was that J.Crew women's shorts seem to do really well. They all look to be like the mid-20s, even used. So these, and all these are the chino ones, the broken-in chino J.Crew shorts. I'll show you the tag there. So found like 5 pair of these, and shorts are only $3.49 for me, so it's still pretty cheap, and they're really lightweight. So it's just like I feel like anything like in that 25 range, when I know they're this lightweight and that cheap, I feel like I can't really lose. And the sell-through looks pretty good. Sorry, Thor keeps shaking the desk. These were the new tags ones I found. And really cool pattern, like that floral pattern is pretty sweet. I think that'll do well. Alright. And those are $3.59 too, even the new tags. So hopefully, I didn't look up the new tags price, I just looked up the used and then did it off of there. And Thor's being a bit of a spaz over here. He may be making an exit from the room very shortly. He's had a rough day. He hasn't got out much today. The weather's been kind of really too hot, and then it just started pouring. So here are more J.Crew shorts. Just the same like that chino stuff, and there's Shannon. She's letting Thor out because he's being a little bit of a crazy guy. But yeah, so another one of these. And another one of these. Same thing. J.Crew chino, like a different color. I wish they were all the same size. I would lot them together. I saw a lot of these lotted together that went really well. But I think that these will do okay. It was nice to learn from everyone else while we were there thrifting that those do decent. Another thing I found, which was men's. I'm going to share this because it just was in the haul and had my bag. But if you don't know this brand yet, you should. Bonobos. I believe it's like a West Coast brand. I'm not positive. These have any men's shorts. Everything I found of this brand has sold. It's never stayed up for more than like a week or two. Dress shirts were going for like low 30s, high 20s. Sold a pair of jeans from the 30s. So just keep your eye on this brand. I know it's not women's, but it was in the bag, so I figured I'd share it. All right. So this, I have no idea about. It's called One World. But all the comps look pretty solid. It's super lightweight. I guess this is like a sheer. But I guess it's you call it a blouse, or I guess they call it a blouse. That's why I'm struggling with these keywords. But in either case, I think this will do pretty well. I saw the comps, especially the crazier patterns. They seem to do 25 to like 30ish. It looked like on there, and it was a pretty solid. I was scrolling up and down, and it was hard to get below the 20 mark. I was going pretty deep on the solds, so I think this brand's pretty solid. Hopefully we'll see what happens with it. All right. Oh, Shannon's telling me no. I did bad research, is what she's saying. Maybe I had wrong filters on. This is Madewell. And please let me know in the comments, guys. Feel free. Don't hold back judgment. As I'm going through things, correct me. Let me know if something's a bad buy. Let me know the pricing if you've had a good experience with it. That's the only way I'm going to learn. I'm going to make bad buys along the way. So this was Madewell. This is a sweater. It's a merino wool sweater, extra small. I did see J.Crew on the tag. I don't know if it's like a private label part of it or what. But yeah, J.Crew Madewell there. Yeah, thanks New Frontier. Good timing. So I think the comps of this look pretty good. Looked like high 20s, mid 30s maybe. This is extra small, so I'm not sure if how much the size plays a difference in women's clothing. But I picked it up. It was in great shape, and got this for $3.99. This is Anthropology, and I did learn that RN number, the 66170 number to look for. Everyone taught me that on Saturdays, so big shout out and thanks to everyone who was there. Shannon also has mentioned that. This is called Guinevere. Oh, that's Thor.
Shit.
I think we have to let him in. He's going to be a pain in the butt the whole video. Sorry, guys. He's a very needy golden retriever. So this is like it's kind of like that knit, like pink cardigan. So I'm not sure how I didn't really look at the comps. I just knew it was Anthropology, so I picked it up just to learn. I'm sure it'll do in the 20s or higher, I hope. And it's like an acrylic mohair wool blend is what it's saying. So I think it'll do well. It's like a cardigan button-up sweater. We'll see. Actually, guys, I'm going to get the comments up over here while I'm going through. Sorry. Alright. Just so I can see what's going on. So, oh, Madewell is a division of J.Crew. Very cool. Alright, this was more Anthropology, I believe. Let me find the tag here. I believe it's pronounced Kimchi Blue. I'll show you guys that there. And this is like a, I don't know, swoop neck? Is that a real word? Shannon's laughing at me really bad right now. Basically all my listings, I'm going to use her for my listings early on to learn. So I promise I'm not making fun of the women's styles. I just have no idea what I'm talking about, so I apologize. But this is some type of like blouse sweater-ish type thing, and it's definitely like it's definitely knit. It's not like a sheer or anything. It's like a soft knit. So we'll see. Comps look to be fairly decent. First, I found a couple similar of these that were in the high 20s. Faux wrap, awesome. Thank you very much. As you guys see that, shout them out in the comments because it'll help me a ton when I'm listing. I'm going to take a crack at listing a lot of these tonight since tomorrow's a vacation day. Also, that's why I haven't done the live at 5 today or tomorrow. This is kind of, I'm keeping different hours and just really plowing through listings and stuff. So here's another Daniel Rain. And this is, there's no buttons on it, so it's just kind of like a sheer shawl type sweater. I guess it's not really a sweater because it's so lightweight, but just like a cover. It's long sleeve or I don't know if it's long sleeve or 3/4 sleeve. I think that's probably 3/4 sleeve. But pretty cool pattern. In this for $4.99. Comps look pretty solid on these. Like I said, high 20s, low 30s when I was looking. Here's another one of those Kimchi Blue Anthropology, and this is it?
Outfitters.
What?
Kimchi Blue is Urban Outfitters.
Urban Outfitters. Sorry.
It's all under the same umbrella.
It's all in the same umbrella. Sorry. This is Urban Outfitters. Thank you.
Outfitters.
Yes, Shannon's correcting me. Urban Outfitters.
They're correcting you in the chat.
Yes, appreciate you guys correcting me. So this is a blue plaid. I think this is this a dress or is it a shirt? It's a shirt.
Baby doll type shirt.
Okay. It's got like a waist drawstring around it, I guess, and button front. I don't know. We'll keep working on it. Yeah, keep leaving the comments down there. Help me out with the keywords. And I know that I'm gonna start to pick out quick because as I start to list, I'm gonna find sell similar, and as I start to read them, then I'll become more familiar. So hopefully future haul videos won't be as butchered, but in either case, the brand still should be relevant, and hopefully we'll sell well.
Jennifer's got you.
Boho prairie skirts.
Oh my gosh.
Buffalo check plaid. Cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the help. All right. So we've got, this was I think the find of the trip tonight. So this is Barefoot Dreams. Bamboo Chick Light is what the tag says. It was super soft when I grabbed it in the rack, and I really wasn't sure what it was. And it's kind of like a big, like shawl sweater, like long cover up. And so it has bamboo in it. And I was looking at the solds, and I couldn't find anything below like $45 for this. And hopefully my filters were on correctly, but I was looking, and this looks like a really, really good brand. So I think this was definitely the find. It's in fantastic shape. It's really, really freaking soft. Even the cashier I was bringing out was like, oh my gosh, that's so soft. What is it? And so I think this was a good find. And she gave me the sweater price on it for $3.99, so couldn't beat that. Oh, Thor is being a spaz. Sorry, guys. And I just have one more item here, guys, and that's kind of it for my women's haul. I know it's not as big as some of my men's ones. Hopefully they will get a lot bigger. But this is Salt Valley Western wear. I do need to figure out if this is women's or men's. The colors could be either. The size looks to be like a men's medium to me. Sometimes the Western shirts, the button line doesn't give it away. Normally you can use the button line for like dress shirts and stuff, but occasionally that just doesn't seem to matter. Either way, Salt Valley is money. This is like 100% sell through for me. I get high 20s, sometimes low 30s, depending on the size and the color pattern on these. And this for $4, so this is a great find. Looks like we got 75 people watching live, guys. I really appreciate it on the eve before 4th of July here. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I will definitely do some Q&A too. And I appreciate everyone's help with the keywords here as they start to learn. You know, I'm a big advocate of just documenting what I'm doing here, and hopefully people can learn. And then, like I said, I learn just as much from you guys as anyone else. So if we have any questions, it doesn't have to be about women's clothing, by the way, guys. It can be other questions, you know, related to men's or things like that. Edward says, do you have any expectations of higher returns with women's clothing with 60-day returns? That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that. So I haven't seen any increased returns since going to 60-day returns, but it's only been for men's. So I don't know. Are women pickier buyers in general? Like Shannon hasn't had a ton of returns when she's been selling it. Granted, she's only had, she's 150 items up. But maybe is slightly bigger than that. And sorry guys, I keep looking over here. It's slightly distracting because Thor is being crazy. But I don't think it's going to be that much more. I think that maybe 0.5%. And right now I'm at like 2.2% returns for the year. So I don't think it'll be too bad. My shirt is messing up the screen. Looks like old school TV fuss. Thanks. Appreciate the love there with the like button, guys. Thank you. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? And if we don't, it's totally fine. I have lots of listening to do, but I just really wanted to share. I've been talking about that I was going to try to expand in women's clothing. I wanted to make sure I shared that with you. New Frontier Business said, just make sure to include more measurements. Jeans, I do 5 measurements and all jeans and shorts. That's really good advice, New Frontier. I appreciate that. Yeah, I plan to really look at some of the bigger female sellers and look at their listings and try to emulate the measurements they're using, because I just want to make sure that I'm staying consistent with what people expect. I've got the men's clothes arena down. I've got the women's jeans down pretty well because I've been doing those for a while now. But getting into some of these other things, I'm not sure what the right measurements are, especially dresses and things like that. Thankfully, Shannon's done a lot of that research on her own when she was first starting. But there are a lot of really, really good sellers out there who sell female clothing that I'll probably just copy. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, I don't have a lot of original thoughts. Most of my stuff is just I found someone doing it well and I picked up their habit and use it. Hey, Terry, thanks for stopping in. How you doing? So New Frontier is saying waist, inseam, rise, hips, and cuffs. So hips, what's the hip measurement? What's different about the hips than the waist? I mean, I guess that's a different video, but yes, Terry, I'm expanding in the female clothing side. I would like to learn both. I'm trying to get the goal is I'm trying to get my average sell price up, and you notice like this pretty much $25 was like the lowest that I was willing to buy. Like if I thought I could sell it for 25, if it was anything lower than that, I passed on it. Like a lot of the bread and butter items that a lot of female clothing sellers sell, I passed on them because the only reason I want to expand in it is just to get those higher sell price items that move, and mix those in and diversify my men's clothing kind of portfolio. Kyle saying I had a Charlotte friend thrift 4 polo teddy bear t-shirts at a local Goodwill today. One was brand new. Wow, man, I feel like I should have been out there. I feel like I missed out huge. That's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Holy crap. New Frontier saying the hips is lower across the butt. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Thanks for that tip. Let's see. Terry. Oh man. New Frontier says he has a chart that explains all his measurements, and I list that graph in your listings. That's cool. New Frontier, if you don't mind, shoot me a message either on Instagram or maybe an email and just let me know your store if you don't mind sharing it with me, just so I can check out your listings. That would be really helpful to me. Danber says they do well with plus size. All right, that's good to know. So that's kind of the consistent thing from men's to women's is the bigger sizes sell well. That's good. Any other you guys were super helpful the last time I did some research letting brands know, but just keep letting me know of other brands that are your favorites. Feel free to drop them in the chat or drop them in the comments after the video. Potpreneur said women's clothing will be next after shoes since I won't be able to work my day job. I'm kind of forced to make eBay full time, so this should be interesting. Cool. Yeah, just make sure that you learn one niche with the other niche. Like focus on one, don't expand too quickly. That's my best advice to you. I focus in on one niche and then grew from there, so hopefully that'll help you. M. Barnard said they sell lots of men's plus size clothing, XXL and XXL. Let's see, Jennifer Kessler said that Lululemon shirt I found Saturday is actually a men's. Have you sold Lulu in men's before? I have not, and yeah, Jennifer shared with me she found this black Lululemon shirt at which Goodwill? I think it was the Weddington Goodwill we were at. It was the first time I'd seen one in person. I've never actually seen that clothing before. I knew about it, but I have no experience selling it. Thor is being crazy over here. All right. Oh, Lily Pulitzer. Yeah, I need to keep remembering that one. A ton of people have told me that, and I keep just forgetting that one. I know what has to happen is I have to actually see the tag going through the rack. That's how, anytime I've learned a new niche, when I see it on the rack, that's when I can imprint it. Like when I see it in the rack, I look it up, or if I see it and I sell it, then it's like there forever. That was kind of how I learned the men's clothing the best. Terry thought I had a do-rag on. No, it's a hat. Just put it backwards. Had to change it up a little bit, Terry. Had to, I don't know. Had to mix things up. Guess no particular reason. Belle said, my friend gave me a bag of her 20-year-old daughter's clothes. There were four rompers, and they all sold within 3 days. 2 of them had over 200 views overnight. Wow. So I guess I got to keep my eyes out for rompers too. And that's probably like the time of the year, I'm assuming, with the seasonality?
It's the trend.
Or is it more of the trend? Yeah, and that's where I'm really going to miss out, is that I don't know a lot of the trendiness with it. Like with men's clothes, I feel like I'm fairly decent at understanding the trends and some of the things that are, you know, upcoming. Like I can look at a shirt and be like, okay, even if I don't know that brand, that could be a newer brand. Like it definitely falls in like what's popular right now. I mean, that's what happened when I found Bonobos. Like I would have had no idea looking at that brand that it was anything good. But when I looked at the quality of the shirt, and that's what I'm gonna miss on the women's side for quite a while. But thanks, Ethan. Appreciate the kind words. Alright, we got any other questions, guys? I do want to get back to listing, but I want to keep the Q&A going if I can add value any way. From Statesville. Awesome, not too far away. Thanks for stopping in. If you ever see me out and about thrifting, make sure you stop and say hi. Hey, drummer. Sorry I didn't shout you out before. Thanks for stopping in, man. M. Barnard just asked, do you primarily do bin for buy it now or auctions? So I do buy it now for 98% of my stuff, and then I do auctions for just ties. And the only reason I do that is I put just to use my free auction listings with my store subscription. So I'll price them at $9.99, and then I'll add $1.99 shipping. And so therefore, if I get one bid, that's what I would have sold this tie for fixed price anyways, most likely somewhere between like 12 and 15 bucks. So it's just kind of another way to get the sale price I want, but also list it for free and use those free auction listings each month. So that's what I do, and I think it does drive traffic to your store. I've heard a lot of people say that having auctions definitely drives traffic. I don't know that for sure, but I've heard a lot of people say that. Pinky just asked, for your buy it nows, do you do the 30-day or lesser? So I do good till canceled now. I had always done 30 days, and then I would relist and relist, and I've just gotten to the point of scale where even taking the time to relist the items isn't worth it anymore, so I went to all good till canceled, so I don't have to do that. Terry says to tell you hi, Shannon. She's back here.
Hi, Terry.
She says hi. Nikki said, hey, do you need to save your shipping receipts when you go to the post office for taxes? Yeah, Terry's all over that one. Go ahead. See what's going on. Any other questions, guys? M. Barnard just asked, has good till canceled affected your views and or sales? No, I haven't. I mean, well, I can't say no for sure. I'm not positive just because we're in the summer slowdown, so hopefully that's not the reason my sales have slowed down. I did it like a month and a half ago, so I don't think it is. I also had to do good till canceled because of my LL Bean multi-quantity. There is a bit of an glitch with multi-quantity where if you don't have good till cancel and you go to relist, it'll relist at the original quantity, which will really mess you up if you sold some of them. So that was another reason why I had to switch. And all the big sellers do good till canceled, so I doubt it impacts that. Anna said, did you get your new eBay shopping coupon for the one for? No, I haven't used mine yet. I haven't even seen it, actually. I'm sure it's there. I haven't looked to order this stuff. I just have so much supplies, I haven't worried. But yeah, make sure you guys use your coupon if you have a store subscription. Don't let it expire. Ethan Hunt said, I just remembered, what's the longest you'll go until you remove a listing? So I don't really remove listings. My Instagram new frontier is Endless Entrepreneurs, just like the channel here. Appreciate the help. Thanks for sharing that. So back to the question. I'm sorry, Ethan. So as far as how long I'll leave a listing up is, as long as I know it's a good buy, I'll leave it up for 18 to 24 months. I mean, I'm selling blazers that I've had up for 18 months sometimes. So, I mean, if it was a good buy and I think I get what I asked for it, you got to think about it this way. Theoretically, if you had no discounts and no free listings, it still only costs you, right now, my store, it costs me 10 cents to have a fixed price listing up. So even over 18 months or 24 months, you're talking $2.40 for 2 years to have an item up. If it's a good buy with decent margin, it's worth it to leave it and to have it up. So that's just kind of how I view it. If I think something's a bad buy and I just want to get some money back, I may auction it off. That would be how I would cycle that out. So some people are saying they heard that good till canceled lets your items sink to the bottom of listings. That may be true, but I do kind of find that hard to believe. And the only reason is, and I don't know for sure, right? I don't know eBay's algorithm. I don't know how they do that. But if you look at the biggest sellers, they all do good till canceled. The most successful sellers. So it just doesn't make sense numbers-wise and monetarily that your listings would really drop if good till canceled did that to you. Like, people would just stop using it if there was really that impact. And that's just kind of my like law of economics thought on it. I don't have any substantial proof, so I just want to be careful with that. Like, I don't have like proof saying that, but just it wouldn't make sense to me that if that was true, because all these big sellers wouldn't be being successful with the good till canceled, and people doing sell similar would just be leapfrogging their listings all the time. So that's how I think about it. If I know it's a huge difference, I'll definitely investigate it further. But yeah. David Weaver said, any benefit to changing to a store if I don't go over 50 free monthly listings? Not really, no. Unless, I think running sales you need a store for. I think the store subscription allows you to run sales. But otherwise, I do have a spreadsheet. You can check out my website. It's free. Go to the resource page, endlessentrepreneurs.com. And it's a store subscription calculator. You can literally plug in the amount of active listings you have, and it'll tell you when it's profitable to upgrade to a store and when it saves you money. So feel free to check that out if you want. And Terry, yes, I make bad buys all the time. It looks like I made a bad buy tonight, according to Shannon. So.
It might be okay.
Oh, now she's saying no, it might be okay, that I might have been all right. But either way, I make bad buys all the time. So let's see. Yeah, I heard Plato's Closet does have really good clearance sales occasionally. Oh, Paul, that's a great point. He said that final value fees go down with store subscription. That's very true. And actually, my calculator, Paul, that's an awesome point. So my calculator that I made does not factor that in. So all that factors in is the free listings you get and the subscription price you pay, and it gives those thresholds of when you should profitably bump up. But actually, so with that in mind, you probably could bump up even sooner just because of the saved final value fees. But it's a good guideline, though. It's a very good guideline to use. All right, guys, we're getting close to that 30-minute mark. I am going to jump off here. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone giving me tips on those keywords. If you're watching this later, not live, feel free to jump in the comments and let me know, what keywords are appropriate for the items I showed, so I could use all the help I could get there. I will get better and progressively as I keep listing, but I could use help for sure right now. Have an awesome 4th of July, guys. I'm going to be listing all day. For when you're a part-time eBay seller, when you get those days off, it's just like a listing party. So hopefully get a ton of items up tomorrow and tonight. And you guys enjoy. Hopefully have a lot of fun. Stay safe and enjoy any fireworks you get to see, guys. Take care.